Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
Back again with another episode of Access. Back again with another
Wrong
episode of Random
podcast.
Convos from the Couch. It's too many podcasts out there I do. I'm sorry.
You only do two.
Too many. But
Okay.
I'm working. That's how you know I'm working over here.
Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah. Welcome back, guys, to Random Convos from the Couch.
Yeah.
So as always, as we do every single podcast, so let's go ahead and get started with the new music.
Right.
I guess.
It's gonna be brief.
Yeah, not a lot of music really. I mean, let me say this. There's always a lot of music that comes out, but not everything that I'm particularly interested in.
Right. Well, one
What?
album I listened to, but I wouldn't put it on the podcast. On this podcast, I should say. Check the other one later, maybe. But I did start Lil Wayne's, I guess, his prequel to the Carter 6.
How was it?
I stopped at track 4. I liked one track, and that track wasn't even like good, but it was just I ain't really.
So you didn't like it?
Yeah, because I think when I started like track 4, and then within the first few bars of the track, he was like, "Yo, shout out to my nigga Donald Trump" or some shit like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
Time
I was
to
like,
turn it off.
Yeah, I'm not gonna listen to this. Vote for how you want to vote. This is not a political podcast. Anyway, I did start a project. I think it's called The R&B You Love. It's by Kenyon Dixon. Shout out to Cooley High. Guess that was on my podcast. He's the one who kind of like told me about him. And from what I listened to, because I didn't finish, from what I listened to, I liked them. So I thought it was pretty good. And the track with Meek Mill and Rick Ross, Kobe and Shaq. Love that track. It was a hard, like grimy type beat. So yeah, that's about it. It didn't really nothing
So
else.
Lotto dropped a song.
I didn't listen to it, but when I saw It's a Party, I had a feeling where it was going to go.
So it's an okay song. It's not her best. I will say she did have a feature on there. I will say I liked her verse. I didn't really care for the featured person.
Do you remember who it was? It was somebody I felt like I heard that
It's
name.
like someone I've never known of.
Okay, I got to look back. I forgot who it was.
Yeah, he's not really mainstream.
Oh, it's a he.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought. No.
But I did hear a song that I really liked.
What's that?
By the singer Mars.
She came out some music.
She released a single.
Okay.
It's called Switching Sides.
Okay.
You guys should definitely check it out. It's like a really good record. Like it's like a really good, like you can vibe to. Like sounds really good. Definitely check it out.
Okay.
And then I discovered too, because we were listening to a podcast, that Scarlett record, No Statements.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know Scarlett. Scarlett, she's a rapper from New York.
Chick, yeah.
She actually has a scar on her lip where it came from, but she has a song out called No Statements. It's real hard.
Yeah. I remember being. It was very catchy from when I listened to it and stuff. Because I had listened to it before, mainly from that podcast. I'm happy you liked it because it was catchy, but it's like one of those like if you don't like, I'm not about to play it around you type stuff. Honestly,
But other than that, though, it was kind of a slow music week.
Yeah.
But there did yesterday there was a development
yes,
that came out regarding, and I'm gonna let Cody take the lead on this, regarding Tupac.
okay,
If you guys, everyone knows Tupac was gunned down in Vegas back in the 90s. Don't know the year.
96 September, and he died 6 days later. Pronounced dead 6 days later and everything. So I'm gonna just preface this because I know my sister may be watching this. Look, if I get something wrong, just don't hate me for it. We just recording the podcast. I'm going off like whatever. Okay, so first of all, let me just say this to everyone that's listening. If you are an artist or whatever like that, be mindful of what you be saying on podcasts. Meaning, like once it gets to a certain situation where someone is dead, really be mindful of what you be saying because a lot of that stuff could come up. So I did watch the press conference, and it was a lot of like the amount of years and different detectives and different people who was all on this case was amazing. But at the same time, it's one of those like I think it's one of those cases where like, dang, finally, like, even though a lot of people since that time has passed, you can still have we still have justice. We can say that. Now, for as you guys know, Tupac and Suge Knight was in the car together, driving in Vegas, going to I want to say Club 662 was the name of the club. I don't know if it's still around or not, whatever. But then it was a white Cadillac with 4 individuals in the car. Now, with that being said,
you mean like Tupac was in that car?
No.
Oh,
he was in a black BMW.
Oh, the people that shot at him.
Yeah. It was 4 individuals in this white Cadillac. 3 of these individuals are no longer living, and the person who is living is the one who got arrested yesterday, Keefe D. And Keefe D has been going on Vlad TV talking about different developments of this story. Basically how it happened. So, in the case of in the state of Nevada, we always know, like most states, there's no statute of limitation. So basically, even though he may have not been the one who pulled the trigger, he still was involved one way or another.
You're an accessory.
Exactly. And a lot of people, and here's the thing, we need a lot of people that on social media don't necessarily talk about certain things if it doesn't necessarily pertain to what you may be knowing, because you may be thinking about how things happen here in Oklahoma or wherever, and it's not necessarily the case. So a lot of people was like, well, he wasn't the one to pull the trigger. That doesn't matter. He was
an accessory.
Exactly.
If a crime was committed, you were there. You're just as guilty.
Just like the detective or the police officer said, if you and someone decided to go rob a bank, the person who goes in the bank is the one who committed the robbery, and then you the one in the car. Guess who? You still in trouble. I don't understand why people don't understand that. Whatever. But here's the thing. He kept talking about this case to the point where basically, part of their investigation, they checked out the footage. They checked out the footage of these Vlad interviews, and he's been doing it for multiple years.
I'm confused on why has he been going on interviews anyway? Like,
well, I don't know how the who reaches out to who first. Like,
I guess my thing is, who is he?
He's a Crip back in Los Angeles. One of those, even though not to us, it's not gonna mean nothing, but to like the city of LA or whatever, he's a major deal. It's a lot of Crips, whatever. And the whole car was full of Crips. Orlando Anderson, which led to me, I think was the one who actually pulled the trigger. Because if you remember, Tupac got into a fight with some guys at the MGM Grand after the Tyson fight. Those people, the ones who got in the fight with Tupac, is the ones who also was part of this whole murder deal. Now, I'm not about to look it back up or whatever, but Orlando Anderson and the 3 I can't say it, individuals are no longer living. I don't know what happened, whatever. Now, but yeah, Keefe D's been been talking about this for a few years now, and yeah, so, which brings me to Puffy, because I was like, dang, we're going to be talking about Puffy, even though it wasn't technically 2 episodes ago, because I forgot about the last one, but whatever. There was speculation. He alluded, I'll give him that. He alluded to the fact that Puffy probably paid him $1 million to go ahead and get Pop, basically. Now, here's the thing. You
can't be saying stuff like that.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. If he is the one who got arrested from these Vlad interviews, you don't know what he may have been telling the truth about. I'm just saying.
Or even if he was telling the truth, he could have just been talking to hear himself talk.
Yeah, but here's the thing. A lot of people had kind of speculated this for the longest, just out of like, Puffy probably had something to do, because, the beef between, all that. But what happened was that it was claims that Puffy contacted Keefe D a long time ago, like way before, to when Biggie and Puff and Bad Boy would go to LA, he'd be protected, because you need, basically like the whole check-in situation. And that's probably the person he was checking in with. So people was like, if I'm Puffy, regardless of whatever, I'll lay low for a little bit. And it's the worst time because he just came out with an album, all that. But regardless of anything, happy that we finally got some justice. Somebody finally has been charged with this murder that we've been trying to get for the last, I don't know how many years now, but at the same time, just a sigh of relief for a lot of Tupac fans. So, yeah. Yeah,
so Cody gave y'all the rundown on that.
Yes.
But, yeah. One thing I want to talk about, I told Cody, and this can be brief, it doesn't have to be super long, is about the whole Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift thing.
Yeah.
Now, you guys don't know this because when we recorded the podcast last time, that Chiefs game hadn't happened yet, right?
Well, yeah, it happened.
Okay.
Yeah, we when we recorded, they
When
they
they
weren't
played?
finished. They played on Sunday when we did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then never mind. So, but anyway, anyone who watched that Chiefs game, y'all know the camera kept panning to Taylor.
Yes, the whole day.
The whole
Especially when Travis made a touchdown. Which,
the whole game. And then even so, that's all they've been talking about
right.
this week, is especially like as far as sports world or whatever like that. They're talking about Taylor and Travis.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about how his followers went up like 300,000.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, like he gained like 300,000. I mean, Taylor Swift was a big deal, right?
That's true. Yeah.
And it was so interesting. Like they even said too, I guess their next game they play the Jets, and I guess it's a rumor, or they think that Taylor's going to be there. So because of the fact the tickets prices for the Jets game have skyrocketed.
So if you said the Jets game, then I'm assuming they're playing at MetLife Stadium.
I'm assuming, I think that's the Chiefs' next opponent, but it's speculation Taylor's going to be there. And they said the prices of the tickets have increased dramatically. But what's really odd is that
they're playing at MetLife tomorrow. Oh, it's a primetime game too. Now, hold on. Give or take, I think it's primetime because at first we all thought that Aaron Rodgers was going to be not hurt, basically. And Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes.
would have been a good matchup.
It would have been oh my God, yes, it would have been a better matchup than what they're going to. I apologize to the Jets. Even if y'all come out with the win, I'm just saying, y'all don't even fucking with y'all team right now, so I'm just saying that. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So what's really odd is that I saw the fact that, like, his ex-girlfriend, and not Kayla, the one that everyone knows. It's like the girlfriend before Kayla.
Yeah,
and she's
like 8 years ago, right?
She's doing interviews and shit and talking about, like, he was a narcissist. And it's like, girl, ain't nobody even checking for you.
I'm gonna be
and
honest.
it's like, you coming out in these interviews, talk about a clout chaser.
Right, because
you, like...
Because nobody was even thinking about you even when he was dating Kayla.
When they think about Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, they think Kayla.
Yeah, because even when I looked out, like, who is this? I was like, well, this must be one of his other ones. Which also came to the fact that...
he likes black girls.
I was just about to say that. That was it. Because I was thinking...
Because his ex-girl, this girl is black. And so it is really odd how, like, he switched up with Taylor.
Yeah.
Like, that's a completely different look. Like, with Taylor, he's giving white man.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, he already took the beard off. I'm blaming her. I think she's the one that held him.
You think she influenced him?
Yeah, because she probably kissed him one time. Was like, too scraggly.
Oh, God. It's too rough. I mean, it very well could be, but
just shave it off. Just shave it off.
Okay. But I do hope that, and I'm not even like a huge Chiefs fan, but I do hope, like, tomorrow during the game, I hope they're not panning the camera.
Her. Are we confirmed? Is it confirmed that she's going?
It's speculated.
Damn.
And I'm going to be really annoyed because that Chiefs game last week, it was giving the VMAs.
Oh my God, the same situation.
Where
we just been seeing her.
They just kept panning to Taylor.
Oh, you know what's so crazy? We gotta hope that I don't want to be a hater, y'all, but we gotta hope these niggas don't make it to the Super Bowl, because you know for a fact that is gonna be talk of the town. Taylor's gonna be more on screen than Usher would.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But since we were talking about Taylor, and they'd mentioned, it was reported previously, how Taylor's tour had generated revenue for the economy. Another woman who I would love to shout out and credit is Beyonce. Though I did not get a chance to go to her Renaissance tour, which I'm very sad about, and everyone that did, I saw you guys' videos. I saw a few live streams. Even though I didn't get to go, I felt like I was there, so I know the show was amazing. Anyone who went, I hope you guys had a fabulous time. But it was reported. It said, by its closed, by its close, Beyonce would have generated an estimated 4.5 billion for the American economy, and they said that's as much as the 2008 Beijing Olympics did.
That's good.
According to the New York Times.
Nice.
So not only is she an icon, she is the best performer, entertainer of this generation. She also boosted our economy, which we need because the government's shutting down on the 1st.
Which, if you guys hear this, is maybe tomorrow, but maybe the day you may see this is maybe the day it happens.
Yeah, so unfortunately, the government, so government workers, which is really sad to know that they won't be getting paid with the government shutdown. So hopefully they're able to come up with a budget and agreement soon. But yeah, so shout out to Beyonce. Again, hopefully tomorrow.
I always wanted to have a reason to use that.
Yeah, so hopefully, like I said, tomorrow's actually her last show.
In Kansas City?
And oddly enough, the Chiefs.
And where they play?
But they're playing, but they're gonna be in New York though. But yeah.
Well, no. What I'm saying, what Beyonce is playing is with the
Oh,
Chiefs
yeah,
play.
yeah.
Yeah, Arrowhead
Oh,
Stadium. Yeah, because it's the stadium.
I wonder that's why it's in New York.
Well, yeah. I mean, they gotta have some away games.
I mean, I know, but okay, never mind. But yeah, next topic.
Yeah, let's see. Well, I'll find a way to congratulate a black woman, a successful black woman at that. Jade Cargill, former wrestler of AEW, is now going to the big league, WWE. So I'm proud for her. Y'all,
I told Cody I always liked her too because she looks really. I love her with that platinum blonde hair.
Yeah, me too.
It just looks so good against her skin tone.
Yeah, she wants to play Storm at one point. Like that would be amazing for her.
I feel like she could do it better than that one girl.
Which one are you talking about?
The one that Ember Moon. Remember, I didn't like how she would wear the color contacts and she would have like
yeah. Oh, I see what you
hair.
mean. Yeah, Athena. Yeah, she's which funny enough, she's in Ring of Honor and AEW as well and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but Jade Cargill, a wrestler who just basically came up on the scene during the pandemic. Her first match was with Shaq versus Cody Rhodes in Red Velvet. It was supposed to be Cody's wife, but Cody's wife, Brandy, they were going to be expecting a child. So they made it audible and everything, but for her first match ever, and she's tagging with Shaq, and they won that match. So that's what's up. And she only lost 2 matches, which will be considerably her last 2 matches, and she had to lose the last one because he was coming over to WWE. So she's reported at the Performance Center, and they had a beautiful presentation for her, basically saying breaking news on ESPN. They don't never do that. The only woman who's gotten that type of publicity like that was Ronda Rousey. So, shout out to Jay. Good luck. I hope we see you on WrestleMania stage. She's an AKA, y'all. So, I'm just saying, these WrestleMania entrants is going to be crazy and everything like that. So, shout out to her for real. Also, real quick, Damian Lillard, former Trailblazer from Portland, or the Portland Trailblazers, I should say, is now getting traded over to the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I think that'll be a good look for him because, granted, I don't know a lot about basketball, but I know you don't really hear that much about Portland too much.
Yeah.
And it feels like...
in the later time, I mean, the most lately was because of him, honestly.
Yeah, and I feel like for the past few years, I feel like he's been kind of carrying the team as much as he could.
Yeah.
I mean, he never could really get too far, but so
most they got to was the Western Conference Finals against where he's from, the Bay Area, Golden State Warriors and everything. But Steph gone Steph, and everything like that. I think this will be good. But here's the thing: I'm not going to be going over like championships and all these. Let's just see it first because. Every time when big money people and all-stars go on to these teams and they team up with other all-stars, their bench don't really be that good. So you got to have a balanced team. Now, fortunately for Damian, the Bucks won a championship in 2021, I want to say. So that's close enough from when, so they have a caliber of being that team. However, a lot of those pieces are no longer on that team. So we'll just see how it happens. But good luck to Damian with the Bucks and everything like that. Do you have anything you want to?
We could talk about the Bobby and Offset thing.
Oh yeah, that chick. Yeah. So here's the thing. Yes, she's bringing in millions of views, but she's still just some chick to me. So as you guys may know, Bobby, I don't know her last name.
I don't either.
Starts with an A. That's all I can tell you. She has been famous for this year and going viral for all these interviews that she's had. Now she's been doing it for a while, from my understanding, but it took until she's interviewed black celebrities, rappers of some sort.
Yeah, she's interviewed Drake. She's interviewed Lil Yachty.
Yeah. In the latest one,
did she interview Tiger too?
Tiger?
Tiger?
I don't know
I think
yet.
so.
She probably did, but maybe it ain't came out yet. The first one I've noticed was Funny Marco, just because it was Funny Marco, and I thought it was like a skit that he was doing. I didn't know it was an actual podcast, like podcast as in like.
You didn't know it was hers.
Yeah, I thought it was like his, and he just had hers against. I'm like, oh, who's this random girl? And then, of course, all these clips, because she has this dry humor, like it's really just monotone. Just, yeah, I'm just going to talk about you and whatever. So basically, she had Offset. Now, she wasn't.
He flamed her ass,
He
y'all.
did. Every time when she tried him, like basically, I don't know who you are. And he was like, I don't even know who you are. You're not even on Google yet. You'll get there.
And the thing is, too, when you watch the interview, it's like, I saw some people saying, like, I guess that's maybe her personality, or like that's who she is.
Right.
But then also too, I'm just like, is this how your interviews go? Because it started off kind of wrong, because Offset had asked her, like, why do you invite people on your podcast, or why did you start this podcast? And she was like, because I want to get to know people or whatever like that. And he was like, well, what do you want to know about me? And she was like, nothing.
Yeah, your people reached out to me.
Yeah, she made it seem like I really didn't even want to interview. Your people reached out to me. And when she said that, I feel like that's when it took a left, because he was like, oh, we not about to cap.
Yeah.
He's like,
stop the cap.
He said that immediately, so I was like, oh, you already lying, sis. And he's like, that's not what you about to pay me out to do. And from there, y'all, like I said, he flamed her ass, bro.
The whole time.
It was actually like, it was funny.
And relieving in a way.
It was very entertaining. I was like, God damn, he cooking her ass. Because, like, their banter, whatever she would try to say. And
he just cleaned it up.
She
tried to talk about his look, like his fashion. And
he called her ashy.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, you need to be moisturized.
Yes.
Because if you didn't care how you look, you would have just came in with a oversized hoodie or whatever.
He was like, I see you tried to put on a fit, but it didn't really work. And she was like, well, would you have changed? And he was like, first of all, he was like, you ashy. And I was like, damn, and she white, y'all. She white. You can't even really see white people's ash, but he could see it with the sunglasses on, okay? And then I forgot, it was another part too, where he was like, well, Cody said, like, he was like, he said, I couldn't even Google you.
Right.
He said, I had to look you up on TikTok.
Yeah.
He was like, you're not Googleable yet. He said,
but
one day he said, you'll get there.
Yeah.
But y'all, it was the way he said it. Funniest shit ever.
Now, and someone brought up this on Twitter. She should not invite Vince Staples, because Vince he will probably shut that podcast down.
And another part, the last clip I saw yesterday, I guess she got mad. She tried to dismiss him.
And
he said, no, he said, you can fucking go. I pay for this fucking hotel room.
Yeah.
Play, you lost in the sauce. You ain't shaking my hand. We finna get you to 25 million. You know what I'm saying? Just a little sprinkle.
Have a great day
of
off that.
Just a little seasoning.
All right, you can leave now.
This is my hotel. I paid for this motherfucker. You can leave now. See how that works?
And when he said that, I'm like, shut your ass up.
Right.
Next.
I had to hide her name on Twitter or X, whatever it's called.
I don't even know her name.
Yeah, no. Once I found out, I was like, yeah, let me just make sure to get this in there now, because I ain't got time for it and everything like that. real random.
Okay.
Since this is the random podcast, so Currency, Spitta, one of my favorite rappers. He was on the Say Cheese podcast, and now I didn't listen to it, but a clip went out and it caught my attention because I was like, this is the reason. So if any of y'all that actually follow into like Lil Wayne, Clips, Pharrell, all these whatever. So back in 2002, there was a song, Birdman, What Happened to That Boy? What happened to that boy? All that, whatever.
What happened to that boy?
Turns out, Birdman never paid Pharrell for that beat. So that sparked up a beef between the Clips and Birdman. Now, I thought that basically guilty by association because Wayne, claims to be Birdman's son and all that type shit. I thought that was the reason why Wayne was in this beef. Turns out, technically, no. It wasn't really guilty by association, but this is how it happened. So, the famous brand Bape, as you guys may, know about Bape, Currency had first discovered Bape watching Jadakiss. It was a Jadakiss video. So, he started wearing Bape. And then, basically, Wayne, y'all, let's be completely honest with you. A lot of Wayne's swagger when it comes to clothes and also the light of the flicker, really Spitta. That's Currency, really. And so, basically, the Hustler music video, Wayne's wearing Bathe the Nape hoodies.
I know the song you're talking about.
And then also on the Vibe, it was a magazine, I want to say, he also wore some Bape on the Vibe, or I don't know if it's Vibe or whatever magazine. So, all of a sudden, a song from the Clips came out, Mr. Me Too. Basically, like, you copying this.
Everybody got Mr. Me Too.
Because Pharrell and the Clips, they were really like the first ones really rocking Bathe the Nape. So, all of a sudden, this beef sparked up because Wayne was wearing Bape. And it's almost like, you ain't supposed to be wearing it. Now, so in my mind, I'm thinking, so this is the reason why this beef is still continuing. And so one, we always, I love Spitta. We look at that Spitta like, damn, basically you started this whole beef that's probably still continuing to this day because you introduced Bathe the Nape to Lil Wayne. And then we get all these diss records and all that. So everybody's like, so is that the reason why that Drake and Pusha T, because Drake is...
don't tell me so with some damn clothes. That's crazy.
And I'm thinking that was it. That's why I said it's real random. The first part I could understand, but then when the Lil Wayne part came in, I was like, dang, like, this is the reason why we got the beef we got right now. So, yeah. Random. I just want to bring it up. Because it was out there and shit like that.
Did you have anything else?
No.
Okay,
I wasn't gonna talk about The Office or whatever like that.
Well, I have a can you believe this shit?
Oh, go ahead. We can go ahead and we'll end it off like that.
Okay. So this said, man arrested for using a flip device to dodge tolls. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, go ahead and tell me about that.
Okay.
I remember this.
So, but how do you mean? It just came out yesterday.
Well, are you sure? Because I saw something on Twitter where somebody put it on. It was like hold on. Is this a TikTok video?
No, this man was arrested yesterday.
Oh, so he was arrested yesterday. Oh, well, okay. So if we're talking about the same gentleman, the reason, and you'll get to, I'll let you read the story, but the reason why I said this because this video went out where this guy had his car and he had this thing where it goes, every time he goes to the things. So in the front and the back. Now, if you say he got arrested, I'll let you finish the story, or it's people been doing this, but go ahead.
Okay. So it says, authorities arrested a New Jersey driver Friday after he was caught using a license plate flipping device to bypass paying tolls at the George Washington Bridge. Adam, I can't pronounce his last name. It's a Hispanic name. Adam J. now faces theft of service, tampering with public records, possession of burglar tools, and possession of fraudulent documents, according to the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. He was also issued summons for unclear plates, counterfeiting, or using other markers and failure to exhibit documents. This isn't his first time getting caught trying to avoid paying a toll. He was previously arrested in February for trying to get out of paying a toll at the same George Washington Bridge. Authorities say during the incident, he allegedly used a remote-controlled electronic curtain to cover his license plate. Police say that there have been 16 instances at that bridge of police arresting or issuing summons to drivers using electronic devices that obscure license plates. According to the Port of Authority from New York and New Jersey, they said our message to toll chiefs is clear. Break the law and we'll catch you. Tolls fund the critical infrastructure that stitch our region together, and free riders will not be allowed to skate by. Now, did what he do was wrong? But I don't believe y'all that y'all saying y'all using this shit for infrastructure. Cause I see nothing but fucking potholes and cracks in the street all fucking day. So I don't know what infrastructures y'all are doing. And furthermore, y'all are increasing these motherfucking tolls. And we live in Oklahoma and tolls are expensive. They add up, especially the pike pass Kilpatrick Turnpike. So I couldn't even imagine.
I know exactly.
I couldn't even imagine what that shit is like in New York and New Jersey.
Didn't they say like?
Do you know they do
the
it?
Texas one is crazy.
You know they do it. They pulling some taxi type shit.
Yeah, because that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Like when you brought that.
That was if you guys have ever seen Taxi, mind you, it's a really good movie. It's with Queen Latifah and Jimmy Fallon,
yep.
And he is a police officer nonetheless. And he's not the best driver. Anyway, in Taxi, Giselle Bundchen, which is Tom Brady's ex-wife, she was also...
Oh, yeah, Giselle did that one, yeah.
She was also a former supermodel. In the movie, they were like thieves and robbers or whatever like that.
Yeah, 4 women, and they can get away with it because a lot of the cops will be like, oh, they're pretty, so they never really question them.
But then also, too, they would switch up the cars. Meaning it would be the same cars, but they would have like...
Different colors.
They would peel like the
paint back.
Yeah, like the paint back or whatever, reveal a totally different car, switching them license plates out so quickly and get back on the road, and the cops is looking for him, and it's a totally different car.
But then Queen Latifah in her Taxi had it where
she would change her plates too.
Yeah, because remember the first scene
when she would switch up.
Yeah, and then so when she drove in with because her taxi wouldn't look like a regular taxi, she would pull the steering wheel off and then turn it out, and that's when that dude was like, "I need you to get me to JFK."
Like, she said, "Bet." Yeah, but yeah, so that's what it's given.
Yeah.
So like, I don't really believe that. Like, I don't think like. He should, if anything, that's a smart ass man. Cause I feel like, you know,
he's
how
doing
many
God's work.
Yeah, you know how many people that thought about that shit. Like, if I could just cover my damn license plate up to not have to get a tag, like, come on, bro.
Right.
They can't be mad. They just mad because he thought of it first.
Right.
That's all it is.
Yeah, because tell me I'm lying. Every one of y'all at one point will see something, you know it was wrong, but then you be thinking, damn, I wish I would have thought of that. Mm-hmm. Like, at one point, it don't matter what it is. So, I applaud you. What's his name? Well, you don't remember his last name.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't pronounce it, but his name is Adam.
Adam, for real, you're doing God's work.
Mm-hmm. But, this is such a random thing.
What's up?
Just because I saw it. So, Webster's Dictionary, they added
Yeah, they added a word.
They added some words to the dictionary, y'all. Beast mode is now a word. Chef's kiss and thirst trap is added to the dictionary.
Is that the only 3 names they reported?
Those are new ones, yeah.
Because they also added it's a wrestling term, kayfabe. So that's why I was thinking you were about to also say as well. So it's crazy.
They also have goated on there. They said it's used to express the greatest of all time. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's really crazy how a word can become so popular.
That they gotta put it in the
like just in the culture, mind you, because this shit stemmed from black people. Ain't no white people coming up with the word beast mode.
Oh yeah, because Urban Dictionary is the one who's gonna have.
Let me tell you, white people did not come up with beast mode. I doubt they came up with chef's kiss.
Beast mode is what's my man, Marshawn Lynch.
And I bet you they didn't come up with chef's kiss nor thirst trap.
Thirst trap, chef's kiss. I feel like that could be interchanged.
Like chef's kiss.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. I only seen black people do it, but I didn't know if I
wouldn't be surprised.
Birdman at one point, because I keep bringing him up in the podcast, obviously. Birdman had said that if he had known that the word bling,
I
the
feel
term
like
bling
this is the
bling.
part of the mic we keep hearing.
Yeah.
This part. Yep, that's what's making noise.
Ah, gotcha. I remember, I remember when Birdman said, if I had known that bling bling was gonna take off the way it took off, I would have patented that shit. I would have copyrighted everything.
But he wasn't the nigga that came up with bling
Yeah,
bling.
yeah, I mean,
it was the nigga
but,
that
I
was
mean,
in jail.
but I'm talking
Not
about-
Birdman trying to steal.
No. Lil Wayne said the hook, and then so he's talking about like basically keep it with us with Cash Money. So
I ain't gonna say it's with us because that nigga ain't even paid for real.
on that note, y'all,
He ain't paying nobody. He ain't no better than all the other
Record
R&B label head niggas.
it's
He steal from his artists too. What the fuck?
okay. We're gonna stop now before we get kicked off of YouTube. So I don't know. I'm just thinking. Oh, but do you have anything else to say before we go? Please let it be something good.
No, I do not.
Okay. Until next time, y'all.
Bye, guys.